Hi everyone, this is Ishika Kesavani. I welcome you all to the TechFit podcast. Today we are having Piyush Raj with us. He is the co-founder of BridgeNTech. So we can first start with your introduction.
Thank you, Ishika, for having me. I'm Piyush and I co founded BRIDGENTECH along with my wife Deepika and my colleague Mark Perivier. We started in Paris and then we have spread our business in Rotterdam. We have a business in Germany. We have a business in US now and in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And our entire delivery process is working from Hyderabad here in India. And as I connect with you, I'm based out of Hyderabad.
That is great. Can you tell us a bit about the services provided by BridgeNTech and what exactly makes it unique from your competitions?
So this operates in the HR industry and especially in the talent acquisition and the IT services front. So there are two set of companies who are operating in this field. There is a IT services firm who will go ahead and tell, "Hey boss, I'm the expert in solving this. I can help you finding the people you are requiring and build your team, augment them, and they can start delivering on your projects. Or you can give me the entire project and not worry about it." The challenge is that they will never become the employer's own employees, and the legality doesn't allow them to move to the client either. So that is one thing which will go on as an IT services firm. On the other front, there are recruitment firms who will find people by just searching for keywords and match them with the client without going in depth into what exactly the guy is about and why exactly does he fit the role. So the result of that is the hiring manager is spending a lot of time wasting on interviewing people he does not want to really interview and interviewing people who are just showing something great on the resume but in reality not having enough knowledge, or people who are not motivated enough to even join the job, just testing it out. So what is suffering is your interest in taking that job and actually making the client or the employer wait and then not showing up later. So we are solving exactly that problem by giving them pre-weighted candidates. So there is a full innovation built in what we have done. One is on the strategy front. We came with our own strategy for finding and fitting the right people in the system. And the second one is about the product, the technology, what we built on. The technology just talks about how exactly the entire pre-vetting period can be happening within 96 hours. So from the JD to submission stage, we don't take more than 96 hours. And with every profile we share with the client, we actually share almost a half an hour to 45-minute interview recording along with a proper assessment sheet. And the interviews are conducted by somebody who at least has 15 years of experience in managing that kind of employee in the past. We arrange for that, and it's an end-to-end service to provide people.
That is amazing. The fact that you're solving one of the main issue that most of the company faces, that is, getting the employees, getting the right fit for the company. So that is great. So how did you exactly get the idea for this company, like for this whole startup? What was the
Yeah.
initial spark that you have to work on this?
Well, you find your opportunity in the suffering you go through. I was working for many IT companies, and I was realizing that the biggest challenge they are facing is that they make a commitment to the client. And while they are looking out for their own candidates, some of them are no longer available, or some of them have left, and attritions are always changing. And finding the right person at the right time within the right time limits is the biggest challenge to solve. So we realized that if we actually go for a small technical round before we even look at the candidates to discuss, it will save a lot of time. And then we went on adding elements to that. So eventually I realized that if this is something, it has a much bigger implication for the world. We can actually build a solution where anybody in the world can interview anybody from the world for their tech skills and take a proper interview, and based on that they can onboard anybody from anywhere. So we are making the world come closer and work in a better harmony.
Great. So can you tell us a bit about the market opportunities in this segment?
There are huge opportunities in this segment because the thing is that the permanent employment is not going to stick around for a very long time. People have been talking about getting government jobs and getting a stable job, then they move to private jobs, and now the private jobs have given the rise to contract jobs, and we are talking about freelancers, and there are excellent freelancers and influencers in the market now, you see. And this is where the future of the job is heading. So more and more companies are going to go for more and more freelancers, more and more contract employees based on the requirements they have, which can go up and down as time changes. So the permanent employment, as it changes its shape and form, it is going to create more opportunities for us and companies more like us to go ahead and find those people as and when they are required. The more efficient we are, the faster such movements can happen. So we are not just this HR in talent acquisition, in payroll, in processing, in onboarding, exit. There are so many startups coming in the HR space, and it's a good time to be in this one because there is a lot of investment also coming in the business.
So currently, what's your future planning? Is there something else that you're going to add into your business?
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely. We
so like,
initially, yeah, we initially started with the idea of just providing people. Then we built on the idea of providing people with their right assessment and right reports. Now we are going to actually give them the platform for right interviewing as well. So having said that, our expansion is not only going to be across regions, but it will be also across clients of different types. We are realizing that more and more time is required to assess somebody for very critical requirements. But when you are hiring for bulk, you need a specific type of a questionnaire for looking out for those guys. And while there are many solutions in the market, in the US also there is a company like there's a Glider. Then there you have a higher view for automating these things and asking questions and doing that. Nothing can really replace the recruitment process where a proper panelist is taking a proper interview. And if you provide that as a service while giving a candidate to the client what they're asking for, you are solving their biggest problem.
great. So I wanted to ask you, how exactly are you expanding internationally?
So last month we started our operations in the US, and we were initially only planning to give our services in the West Europe market because of my good understanding of the market and my education background and all. But we have now seen that we cannot deny not working in the US market like others because there is a huge demand, and you can only say no to so many inquiries. And so that's the first thing. So in the US we are definitely hiring a small team now, going to scale it up very fast. We are hiring local people now in the Europe, and we are also sending some people from our Hyderabad office to start working from our Rotterdam and our Paris offices.
That is great. So, how do you see, or what avenues do you see technology will help to accelerate your business?
Well, I think that AI has played a very big role in what we have built. If there would not have been AI, we would not have been able to scale at such a fast speed. Today, we built this business having an ARR of more than $2.5 million. And that was definitely not possible if I would have just gone and added more and more people. Because we were able to take the process, put AI on top of it to actually reduce a lot of wastage of time and effort and energy, and then we added the people in the process. This symbiosis of good people with good technology is the reason why exactly startups like us can really think about growing at this speed we envisage.
Can you tell us some of the myths or misunderstanding which people usually have in this domain exactly, or with your business in
Yeah,
specific?
yeah. First of all, the clients keep thinking that there are so many of us and they can work with anybody. And the other bigger problem is that the candidates also think there are so many of us and there is no difference between what we do and what others do. So that misunderstanding can only be taken away by awareness. Some of this is through this conversation we are having. Some of this will be through the publications we are talking about. Some of this is through the thought leadership we are working on. So we are providing a lot of knowledge through our blogs, and I suggest everybody to go to our website and actually see what could be done for getting a good tech hiring done. Whether they are an employee or a resource, they can look at the opportunities. They can see my articles in the CNN, which are coming quite regularly.
Great. So, how, as a leader, do you see yourself as an ingredient with a bright future? And how do you use your leadership abilities to get the most out of the business?
Well, when I started, I was working in a senior position with a different, or in a very large organization. And I realized from when you are suddenly moved to building it from scratch, grounds up, there is a lot of stuff you never thought you'll be doing, and you end up doing it, and you end up doing it quite well. So it's a lot of learning which happens because of some good and bad experiences. So my way of leadership is always about getting my hands dirty and always not shying away from taking any kind of task you should do, because that learning is going to come and become handy in a way or the other. So that's my recommendation of how my style of leadership can work out for my organization. But yes, there is a lot of ground to cover, and it is only morning. So It will be some time till we actually see results. But we are quite confident. I mean, we are quite confident about losing at some fronts and winning at much more than that. So it's not going to be pure win or pure lose.
Okay. So, like when he initially started with your business, so how were the things were before and how it has changed, like the scenarios in this industry?
Well, we were lucky because we got the maximum mileage in the times of the COVID. Because we started promoting work from home 1 year before work from home became mandatory. So I will say it was, well, I will not say that COVID was a good luck for anybody, but for the business, the COVID period was somehow a big reason for the boost of work from home jobs, and the big reason why some of the large corporates decided to work with us. And that is why we were able to also scale up. So we were able to really convert adversity into a opportunity, and that has paid off well, as we see.
Amazing. So, why did you exactly target it to work from home even before COVID?
Because we were realizing, right, that large organizations, people, after they are paid enough money, I mean, what is the real motivation they want? They want a good work life balance. And nothing can give you a better work life balance than being near your family. Stepping out of this room and meeting and playing with my kid, I mean, I would love to do that. And if I feel the same way, I am very sure that there are many others who also resonate the same way, right? I understand there are challenges in working from home. There are challenges in not meeting your team enough. There are challenges in not getting the stuff done sometimes on time. There are always going to be slackers everywhere. But the joy and the comfort of working from home cannot really be paralleled with anything else. I mean, it is something which is a very necessary evil to have. So I believe in it. I believe that the person should be having a flexibility of choosing where he wants to work from. It cannot be a concrete structure I can offer him and force him to sit inside and operate during those hours because I'm paying. If the mind is free, the productivity is getting higher.
Agreed. So, what advice will you give to a person who is starting their career in this domain? Domain, as in like with business of their own.
They should keep looking. My first suggestion would be they should keep looking because you never know where the opportunity might just strike. You never know. Suddenly, a certain organization has bagged a bigger contract and they're looking out for something big to work on. And they should be open to, and they might be open to working with some real good startups. Then that was the first suggestion to make. Second suggestion would be that don't lose heart if one or two deals don't go through. Then when you start a startup, right, a lot is hedged on the first or second or the third deals. We realize that some of our clients we have converted took us more than a year to convert, but we did not give up. And then they have stayed on with us for many years now. And that was on all during the times of COVID. If it is possible during the most bad time, then the good times have just come. I only have these two things to part with you. And third one is that if you are fitter, then you will definitely be able to cover more ground, which is something I'm not able to do so much. I need to lose weight. So you need to
Okay,
keep your mind healthy with your body, and if that is working right, then the growth is assured.
great. I guess with this we can wrap up today's session. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
sir, for joining us, and thank you to all the listeners who joined us. And stay tuned because we're going to come up with many more videos like this.
Thank you so much, Ishika, and I look forward to watch this with my family as well. And I wish you all the best with your platform. And yeah, let's stay in touch. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.